Hello, welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. Today, well, we have a beautiful day on tap. Let's see what's going on the channel, shall we? Welcome to Morning Coffee. Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning again.
I wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean,
And then
holy
they put
cow.
I always had a schmear.
So he's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that?
So for today's shout out, I've mentioned him many times before. He's a good friend of mine, and he's very entertaining. And that is Wagon Master 390. He does a live show every Thursday evening, that usually about 7 p.m. local time here. And Mike gets into some great conversations. He does such a great job with his live feeds, and it's not as sanitized as a regular show would be. So you get some kind of fun stuff in there. You really do. His channel is about CB radios, and for those of you who are my age, you guys remember CBs and whatnot. If you haven't heard me talk about him before, check him out. Wagon Master 390, and tell him Maddog sent you. Last week, we looked at the Naves Nova. Now, for some of you, you might wonder, what's Naves Nova? Well, okay. My friend, Dave Knopfsinger, I've known Dave since my freshman year in high school. We had a small engines class together. And I had my 68 Cougar, my first car ever, was over at the auto shop there at Highland High School. And I was going to be doing some work on it. It wasn't in the shop, it was outside. And I was kind of telling some people, and Dave was in this small engines class. He says, "Oh, I'd love to come over and help you." So I remember him riding his bike down from his house to meet me at a certain time on a certain day, and we were working on the car together. And ever since then, well, we've been very good friends. Dave and I have chewed a lot of ground together. We went into the same field for a profession. He is going to be retiring officially. He retired once. It didn't take too well. After a year, he came back to work, but he is officially retiring coming up here on the 15th. Well, 14th, I guess, is his last day of work. But good for my friend Dave, finally retiring for good. Or maybe he's doing it for evil. I'm not sure what he's doing it for, but he's going to get to spend some more time with that Nova. And he's done a great job in the last few years. It was COVID, excuse me, 2020, when we went and picked that up in Idaho. He had saved, he'd put money aside, a little bit of money aside every check for years to save the money to be able to purchase that Nova. And when he got it, well, we got it home. It did run, sort of, but it did need a lot of work. And since then, he has taken it all apart. If you followed the build, the amazing amount of work he has done to this car. And it's getting close. I've got a couple of little gremlins to work out with the electrical, and then it will be ready to get the carpet in. And once the carpet's in, then it's ready to go out for some major body work, the rear quarters, and paint. So it's getting close. I suspect within the next year he'll have that thing done, and we'll be able to go for a nice cruise in that big block 396 Nova. So anyway, I hope you guys got something out of that update. And if you didn't get a chance to check it out, please check it out, because it's been kind of fun. Also, it's got its own playlist. There's 4 or 5 videos on there to kind of go through the last few years of what he's been doing with the Nova. So check it out. On the Kit Hoarder Stash, we looked at the 262, the old kit from Revell. The version I had was the 1971 incarnation of it. I understand there's some problems with the tail as far as the shape. And, you know, I'm not going to concern myself with that. I know Trumpeter put out a very nice kit, updated kit, much more expensive kit that I haven't built. I've only built a couple of 262s in my lifetime, believe it or not. I love the plane. I think it looks beautiful. And I'm actually looking forward to doing this one. It's a simple build. Should be, haven't kind of quite yet decided on the paint job. It depends on the decals I can get. I would really like to do Adolf Galad and his mount during World War II. That would be a fun one to do. So we'll see. We'll see if I do that or a different one. But of course, I'll print up a nice 3D figure to go with it. So it's going to be fun when I get around to it. But it's going to be a little while before I do that. This week we're taking a break from the main show. We still got to finish up the Torino there. As you can see, I still got some trim I got to finish up on it. So we'll have a show on that soon. It's been a very busy time and a lot of fun. But this week, I'm taking the week off to help my son. And we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. But no main show this week. Look for a main show next week. And I think we'll do something for the kit hoarder stash. I'm just not sure what yet. I still have at least one car that I think of that's new that you guys haven't seen. Yeah, I've got a couple. And I've got I got a bunch of 3D printed stuff I could show you guys. I've got a couple of tanks that we haven't reviewed. So, yeah, we'll have a show this upcoming Thursday on the kit hoarder stash. So, what have I been doing with myself this week? Well, it's been busy. The weather has been all over the place, everywhere from a 62-degree day to 2 days later, mid-30s. We've had snow. We've had pretty much everything in one season, 4 seasons in one, except for fall. I guess we haven't had fall, but it's been pretty interesting springtime here so far. And make no doubt, this is springtime in Utah, full blown. The grass is greening up really nice, and some of the other things are getting little greenies on them, and looking forward to actual spring getting here. But for now, we keep getting the wet weather from time to time, but then some nice warm days, which is great. So I've been working on a bunch of different projects. I'm going to throw a couple out here to you just to whet your appetite, and we will talk about them. We'll show them on a future show. But you guys know of my love for the 67 Mercury Cougar, and when I had the opportunity to 3D print a body, I sure enough went and 3D printed a really nice body, the whole kit. And if we haven't reviewed it, we soon will. But beautiful. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. But the fun thing is, I can do, now that I don't have to spend $100 for the old plastic kit and have one to build, now I've got like 7 or 8 that I've already printed, and I've done a couple of really neat ones, but this one in particular, this was on my bucket list to do. This is a 1967 Cougar Fastback. And you guys have seen these concepts before on AI, and you've actually seen probably a couple of real ones that guys have done where they've taken a Torino, like a 69 Torino Fastback roofline. This one, I actually used the 67 Mustang roofline and grafted it onto the 67 Cougar. So you can see I've got my second coat of putty on here. I'll be sanding that soon, and then this thing will be ready for paint. My biggest problem right now is deciding on the color that I want to do. But yeah, this is one of the weird things I've been working on. I've been 3D printing a bunch of engines. I've got some small block 302s, 289s. I got the big block 390s, 428, 427. I've done all of those. So I've got a lot of choices of engines I can put in these Mustangs and Cougars as I get them to a certain point. So lots of fun work going on right there. Yeah, I'm still working on the Torino, but you know, doing a lot of other stuff at the same time. This desk right now is just I got a space about this big that I can actually work right now. So the other thing that's going on is my one of my sons. You know, when you got 13 kids, you say my son or my daughter, it's like, well, I kind of feel like I gotta give you some idea where they are. But this would be my second oldest son, and he continued to work for the school district. He's a groundsman, and it's been very difficult for him and his family to get a home here in this valley. The way that housing prices have been, it's just been obscene. And long story short, a good friend of ours is moving. His old scoutmaster, as a matter of fact. And I was talking with him, and one thing led to another. And next thing you know, we're getting real estate agents involved, and poof. As of yesterday, or day before yesterday, he got the keys in the evening. And we got to go through the house and take a look at what we needed to do. We spent all yesterday cleaning out. We're going to be doing a lot more of that today as well. But here's the cool thing. His home, remember I've got one son that's across the street and one house over. This kid, he makes the triangle. So 2 houses this way, directly behind me. Well, the way that the block is, the second house is kind of, up high, and so you can't see my son's house, but right across the street from that is his house. His house is right across the street from his brother's house. So yes, there are now three brewers. Oh my Lord, save the neighborhood. There are 3 brewers living in this very small area on the same street, basically. So it's going to be a lot of fun. His kids love to come over and play at Grandpa's, and with the grandkids that I have here. So it's going to be wonderful. But been very busy trying to make that whole thing happen, and now that it's actually happened, very busy helping him get that done. So it's an amazing time. Springtime in Utah. Weather's getting warmer and nicer. I put my rear window louvers back on my Mustang. If I remember, I told you guys back in December they had blown off. And, well, now is the time. Let's get them back on. Got to spruce up the Mustang and get it ready for springtime. Springtime cruises, windows down, yummy. Yeah. So, again, very busy time, but a wonderful time. Wonderful time. The 3D printed stuff I've been putting out, I'm very pleased with. I do have some stuff that I've printed up for a couple of different friends of mine. Chris, I'll be sending you yours, hopefully the end of the week, let's hope. But I'll let you know when I do. And then Pete, hey Pete, one of the things I'm sending you is the IRS. No, I'm not sending you that IRS. Independent rear suspension for whatever you want to use it for. I think this is the Ford type carrier. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check. We're going to do a little show on that IRS, by the way, and some documentation that I found about a company that put together an IRS system for aftermarket system for Mustangs in the mid-60s. And that's going to be a show coming up. But my good friend Dan Miller, I've mentioned him before. We're going to do a piece on him before long too. But Dan sent me these. He found this manual, and wow, pretty darn cool. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff to send you, Pete. I just need to do it. I need to get stuff in boxes and do it. Trying to find time with everything else I got going on. So, well, hey, folks, thanks for joining me this morning for morning coffee. And, well, you guys have a wonderful week. Remember, no show tomorrow, but we will have a kit hoarder stash. And, of course, we'll be back here for morning coffee next week. So, thanks for joining us.